this seems like the perfect opportunity to kind of bring those together, as I'm still really interested in trying to play with a bit more flow and movement in these sequins than I managed to do with the landscape project. The sequin landscape project is done, and now I'm thinking about my next project. And whilst I have another one on the go already, I'm just not feeling that enthused about that one right now. So I am going to start a new project today, using some things that I have been excited about for a while and been interested in, and so I'm hopefully going to try and bring them all together. I have this beautiful velvet fabric with lots of fronds on it that I've wanted to work with for a while, and I did try some years ago a Goldwork piece on it, but I didn't really have the skills for it then. And so I was thinking about going back to my Goldwork for a little bit after doing the sequence to just mix it up a bit and make sure that I'm not getting too bored. But the thought of using gold was kind of boring me, so I had a bit of a route through my supplies, and I do have quite a lot of silver as well. So I was thinking, oh, the silver would look really nice with the purple velvet. And so I was going to do an outline for that. And then I realised that I'd also, just because I thought they were interesting, bought some really small sequins that were one-sided with the hole. But yeah, 5mm rather than the 10mm that I'd usually work with. And I thought, oh, well, this seems like the perfect opportunity to kind of bring those together, as I'm still really interested in trying to play with a bit more flow and movement in these sequins than I managed to do with the landscape project. I have got another project in mind for the sequins, but I'm going to hold on to that until I've done this little bit more development first to see what I learn from this and trying to use it in a more movementy sort of way and a less illustrative sort of way. And then perhaps that will hopefully inform what I then go on to do with what I at the moment think will be my next big piece for the sequin technique that I've been working on. So for now, I think it's just a case of putting together a new mood board to try and explore some of those ideas and see them all visually, because that's obviously so important, and hopefully that'll inform me a little bit further to try and make something lovely, I think. Fingers crossed. So I have overlocked my edges as they were fraying quite badly. So now I can apply this to my ground piece so that we don't damage the velvet at all. And I'm going to just pin it into place first, and then I'll tacking stitch around the edge. And then I should be ready to start stitching. I'm going to start with the Pearle Purl edging because I'm sure about that bit. I probably will go back to my mood board once I've started a little bit and got a bit of a feel for how it's looking to plan the fills a bit further. I probably should be doing that first, but I just want to get a sense for how it's all going to come together, so I'm going to start with the stitching and just let it progress naturally, as this is a bit of an amalgamation piece and I'm just pulling together things that I am interested in right now all onto one piece. It's kind of my bag, it would seem. So yeah, pinning and tacking is the next step. Kind of funny to be reattempting a project that I tried some years ago, but already I can kind of see how far I've come, so it is quite a nice thing to do, even if it can be a little bit tricky to bring yourself to do something that you've already done before. But I never really finished it last time I attempted working on this particular design. So I'm hoping that by revisiting it and hopefully finishing it this time, I'll get some more sense of closure, perhaps. I've probably played it a little bit safe with the Goldwork aspects of this particular piece. I'm using Pearle Purl, which I really like. I just love the effect, and I don't find it that hard to work with, but last time I definitely tried to do a lot of cut work with it and found that really tricky. So I'm sure that's probably what I would find tricky again, even if I do have more skills now than when I did then. I think the combination of the sequins and the Pearle Purl edging should be really pretty. It'll be really interesting working in the sequins without all the colours to hide behind, because, you know, that was what the last piece really was all about. As with this one, will be much more about the texture. So hopefully I will discover some new things about that I hadn't learnt from the first piece to take forward into other future pieces.